Morning students, welcome to your online class. I am Mr. Anubhav Lambert and I will be teaching you English literature. We will be studying lesson 3, The Little Boy Who Saved Holland, written by a Dutch legend. So let's begin. It is a story about a 10-year-old boy, Hans Brinker, who lived in Haarlem. Haarlem is a city in Holland, formerly known as the Netherlands. Hans Brinker was a bright, friendly, caring, and selfless boy who always wished to share everything he had. He lived with his father and his mother. His father worked at the dike. Now, what is a dike? Dike is a slope or wall built on the bank of a river or canal to prevent floods. His father's job was to open and close their large gates at the entrance of the canals to control the flow of water. He has to close the gates very carefully and timely at night, otherwise, the water soon overflow and would change it to a destructive flood. A big part of Holland was lower than the sea level, and Hollanders used heaps of soil to save their lands and construct dikes and barriers from tides. So Hans' father's job was extremely important and valuable because in movement neglect could cause a shuddering flood and devastation or destruction. Now students, we have learned a lot about Hans' family. Now we will talk about the particular day when the incident happens. It was a new spring day. Hans' mother made the happier by preparing his favorite cake. He ate some of it and didn't forget about the poor blind friend who lived on the other side of the dike. He decided to share his cake with the man too. Hans promised his father to return and took the basket of cake and went to meet his friend. The old man was joyful to have the cake. Hans spent 1 hour there and then he was on his way back to home. There was beautiful, attractive white flowers on the grassy banks beside the dike. Hans plucked a bunch of them for his mother. He was returning home, content, and was humming a happy song. Along the canal, he thought about his father's careful and strong job, who contributed every day for keeping his country safe. If he didn't, the amazing and productive fields would soon be hidden under the angry waters. Hans assumed that the water was angry with his father for keeping them out for a long time. He also listened the secret sound of a rabbit in the grass and smiled, recalling his friend's cheerful face. Suddenly he noticed the setting sun and found the blue flowers to turn to grey as it was growing dark. Instantly his ears caught the sound of the trickling water. He looked up and encountered a small hole in the dike. A tiny stream of water was flowing through it. Hans realized that the leak would soon become a large flood, but his brave little fellow accepted his duty and reached the lake with a lot of trouble. He thrust or pushed his chubby little finger in the hole and decided he would not let Harlem drowned as he was there. The falling night brought the chilly cold with it. Hans called his mother and the villagers loudly. His chattered teeth did not let him whistle, but his utmost determination made him conquer his body and ache and sleep till daylight. Even in that fear seen cold, our little angels sat upon the stone halfway up the dike and waiting someone to come. His willpower helped him not to drew away his finger. Hans seized the leak and prevented the angry waters from rushing force over his town. And at daybreak, a laborer was returning from work and found a child twisting with pain. All villagers came hurriedly to take care of the situation further. The country, his land, indebted and thankful to the brave little hero as he protected his country from destruction. So, students, I hope all of you understand the chapter. Thank you, stay safe, and keep learning.